Alright, so hopefully you liked this little sequence I shot with the GoPro HERO10 and DJI Action 6. For those of you who don't know, the HERO10 was released in 2021, which makes this camera almost 5 years old. And I just wanted to see how it compares in terms of like overall image quality to one of the best action cameras on the market today, the DJI Action 6. And honestly, if you manually set the settings and you do color grading yourself, there is barely any difference in terms of like overall image quality if you shoot in daylight. In low light, it's something different. The Action 6 will absolutely annihilate the HERO10, but if you're shooting in daylight with a lot of light, there's barely any difference. Like for example, right now, I'm gonna put both cameras side by side. I'm not going to tell you which one is which. You let me know down below which one you think is which, and also why you think this one is GoPro and this one is DJI, for example. And I've shot everything manually with both cameras. I've set the exposure manually, the white balance manually. Also, I've set the quality to the highest settings, so like 8K, 5.3K, and also D-Log, flat color profile on the GoPro, highest bitrate, and also of course I manually color graded everything to make these cameras look the best possible, at least with my skills. And honestly, when you do all of these things, it's very hard to notice the difference between the two. But for example, right now, I'm gonna switch to automatic exposure settings on both cameras. And I think with this, you'll be able to spot the GoPro a bit easier because it tends to increase the ISO when using automatic exposure. And because of this, you're gonna get more noise, and the GoPro is more noisy. So maybe with automatic exposure settings, you will notice the difference a bit more. So regardless, camera left was DJI Action 6, and then camera right was the GoPro. Hopefully you answered correctly. And again, I think when using manual exposure settings with both of these cameras, it's very hard to notice a difference. There is a difference in terms of like noise and also the colors. I kind of actually prefer the colors of the GoPro for some reason. Like now I have more skill when it comes to color grading, and like the skin tones especially, and the overall colors look a bit more filmic, if you will, on the GoPro compared to the Action 6. And by the way, I use the native white balance on the GoPro, which is like, according to GoPro at least, it's like the profile you should use if you want to get the most color information from the sensor of the GoPro. That's what I used, and I think I got fantastic colors on the GoPro. And in fact, I do prefer the colors from the GoPro compared to the Action 6 because they look more organic and filmic, if you will. But of course, GoPro has its own issues, like, you know, it's freezing, it's overheating much quicker. And also, like, for example, I got the camera, I had 30% battery. I tried to charge it, I plugged it to the wall. And then after a couple of hours, I came back to the camera and it was only at 70%, basically. It did not charge to 100%. So GoPro has its glitches, but in terms of like overall image quality in daylight, if you do use manual settings and you have color grading skills, I think you can get fantastic results even with the HERO10 in like 2026. And if you can find this camera for a cheap price and you need like an action camera and you're willing to spend the time to manually expose and color grade your footage, I think you can get fantastic results from this camera. So yeah, hopefully you like this kind of a video. I'm thinking about getting like older cameras a bit more to show you more that it's not necessarily the camera you use and the lens. It's more about how you use the camera, how you expose, how you white balance, how you color grade, what kind of lighting you use, at what time of the day you shoot if you're shooting outside, and also how you compose your shot, if you will. If you will be interested in this kind of a content, let me know down below. But yeah, regardless, I'm gonna come back home now. It's beautiful in here, like beautiful viewpoint. Also behind me there's like a new temple in here. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, and thanks for watching.